What's up guys, this is Crowcresta, and here I'm going to show you guys a Necloth deck profile. So, what I've done with the deck is that I made English proxies of them due to the power of Photoshop and such. So that means, I don't know what it means. It means I can play a deck in real life for fun. So I'm going to show you guys the deck that I use to fiddle around with, to play test with, to, you know, just enjoy. And the deck that I made isn't supposed to be like competitive or anything. It's like a skeleton sort, just to show off the deck itself and like how well it plays and such. So if you guys want to say obvious outs like vanities, emptiness, Nexy, beat you to it. So without further ado, let's get on with the deck profile, shall we? So to get started with the deck profile, start off with triple copies of Necloths Trishula, along with triple copy of Gungnir, triples of Brionac, and triples of Unicorn, maxed out of the rituals that have been announced so far, as of the making of this video. To move on with the regular monster counts, or not counts, displays. 3 Necloth Caster Shrit, one of the MVPs of the deck. Whoops. 3 Manjus, 3 Gishki Chains, 3 Tour Guides from the Underworld, 1 Vision Releaser of Rituals, and 1 Debris Dragon. So not much to say, everything's kind of straightforward, not much for a combo wombo. Trishula banishes, Gungnir pops, Brio bounces, Unicorn negates. Also Trishula negates targets, Gungnir protects from destruction, Brio searches, and Unicorn retreats from the graveyard. Yep. Shrit, when he is used for material, for tributing for rituals, he can count as a whole tribute. And when he's tributed for ritual, you can search out any ritual monster that's a warrior. So, well, warrior, ritual, Necloth, to be precise. Yeah, so he's a MVP, and he's a warrior himself, so it works out. Triple Manju for the obvious search power that you need in a ritual deck. Triple Gishki Chain to help facilitate the searching and consistency of the deck. Tour Guide. The main reason why I want to play Tour Guide is because of Vision Releaser Rituals. The combo I thought of doing is summoning Tour Guide, special this guy, make a Lucard or Levier, detach to pop the back row or special, and then use Exilmir to banish a Brio and the Releaser to special summon Trishula. Then banish 3 cards. That way I can pop a back row with a Lucard, banish 3 cards, and my opponent cannot special summon, which is pretty much like the main win condition that I try to go for when playing the deck. Also, since ritual spells banish to search out another ritual spell, I can banish Shrit, make Levier, bring him back, and use that ritual spell to bring up my ritual monster, and search out another ritual monster for my deck in order to help alleviate costs. So it's a really good addition to the deck. And plus she's a fiend, so yeah. Debris Dragon, make Black Rose or Gungnir with this guy right here. Boom. Also, if you bring back Shrit, you can use this thing or this thing to ritual up. So it's kind of like a 4th Shrit in a way. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If I can't do that, then it's still good to make a Black Rose. But if I can, awesome. The main reason why I'm not sure is because I think he's a condition, not an effect. So it hasn't been clearly ruled at the point of when this deck is made. So I'm just going with what I feel. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 26 monsters. Hopefully I counted that wrong, or else I'm not really living up to my Asian stereotype. That's the monsters. The spells, I play maxed out Exomirror and Kaleidomir. No, Exomirror and Kaleidomir. Sorry about that. Kaleidomir lets me use a material from the extra deck in order to special summon, but I can only use one. So, yeah, the only target I really use this with is Unicorn and Brionac. Because of the one clause. I'm talking about the extra deck discarding, by the way, I'm sorry. So, Trishula cannot use level 9s, and Gungnir cannot use level 7s. So I can't use the extra deck option for these two. I can, however, use Unicorn and Brionac, because Unicorn doesn't have any limitations, and Brionac says I cannot use another Brionac in order for the cost. So I'll get more on that later. Otherwise, I can just use Shrit and then go straight into it. Exomirror is kind of like the Miracle Fusion, because I can banish materials from my graveyard in order to bring them out. So that's kind of cool. So generally I like to expend my Cloud Mirrors and then expend my Exomirrors. Is how I play these two cards. Positive on me because I play Warrior, Spellcaster, Sea Serpent, Fairy, Fiend, and Dragon. And I can also load the graveyard with a type using the Kaleidomir. 3 Preparation of Rites, and 2 Rotas for the Searchers. And that's really it for spells. And as per the stereotype of ritual decks, 2 degrees. Yeah, so like I said before, this deck is mainly for funsies. By the time the deck comes out, I imagine the deck to have more effect negators because everyone's going to be playing this deck. Therefore, if you have Trishula out and they Trishula you kind of want to effect veiler it or break new skill it somehow. And if Vanny's Emptiness is still a thing, then there would be more MSTs. But for now, it's just a fun build. Skeleton, if you will. So now, for the extra deck. You don't go into it very often, so the choices are pretty wide. But the ones you should use, at least, are 2 Herald of Rainbow Lights. Use this with Kaleidomir in order to bring out Unicorn. This way, you can send it to graveyard, and then this will trigger, and you can search out for any ritual monster, and then add it to your hand. That's really the only point of that card being in the extra deck. And it's a fairy, so you can use Pop Dictonomy. And on that subject, 1 Sirius. You can use any level 6, but I chose Sirius because it's a Beast Warrior, meaning it's an off type for Pop Dictonomy. That's really the only synergy. Otherwise, you discard him from the extra deck to bring out Brionac with Kaleidomir. Black Rose and Gungnir. This is for Debris Dragon. And once again, you cannot use Kaleidomir to like send Black Rose to bring out Gungnir. Or you cannot send Gungnir to Special Gungnir. So, they're here for Debris Dragon. Moving on, we have a Tour Guide. So, Levier, and Alucard, and Zenmaines. Levier, bring back your Shrit. Alucard, pop back row, and Zenmaines if you don't have your system going, so you can hopefully stall until you do. Really the only 3 that I ever cared about. And a Downer Magician, just cause it's a downer for 3s. And in the very, very off chance that, say, Manju or Gishki Chain survives the turn, and you happen to summon another level 4, or have one of these guys, and then Special Unicorn. The rank 4s that the only rank 4s I've ever went into is that goes to Emerald 1-1. That's really the only time, and that's like once out of like play testing with this deck, like, ever. So it's really up to you if you want to play it or not. So this is like really the only cards I've ever went into. So you have a lot of room for your own decisions, for your own personal tastes. So yeah, guys. Tell me what you think about the deck, and well, just Necloths in general. Discuss about it and, you know, figure it out. Hopefully the deck will get more cards announced before it gets released. That way I can fiddle with it some more and show you guys further builds. And once it gets out in the end, I'll be fiddling with some creativity such stuff with the deck. So look forward to that. So this is Crowcresta's Necloth deck. And yeah, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all that cool fancy stuff. So Crowcresta signing out.